Holy crap, it's still on my phone. Hey, hello everyone. How you doing tonight, today, wherever you're from this beautiful world? Welcome to another Yeast. Almost said Hop Yeast. Happy Wednesday. We're going to discuss German beers today, and I'll bring up a little BJCP. But first, I want to say thank you to the chat, and thank you to Bumpy for being here. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support. Hopefully, we'll get Chatio up here and Ronnie or some others. I'll look out for you. So, Munich Dunkel. Oh no, wait. Never mind. Never mind that. Actually, I was gonna get into something, and never mind. I'll just do it when I do my beer because I wasn't thinking. But let's go ahead and talk about our beers that we brought, and go over your yeast and do a review and all that good stuff. So, right on. Here you go.
All right. Well, the beer that I am bringing is Reisdorf Kolsch. This is an actual Kolsch because this brewery is in Cologne, Germany. So Kolsches can only be brewed in Cologne, Germany. I'll talk about the Kolsch yeast a little bit here. Let's just say, okay, so this is Yeast in their Kolsch strain. And it says this strain is a classic true top cropping yeast strain from a traditional brewery in Cologne, Germany. Beers will exhibit some of the fruity character of an ale with a clean lager-like profile. It produces low to no detectable levels of diacetyl. This yeast may also be used to produce quick conditioning pseudo lager beers and ferments well at cold 55 to 60 Fahrenheit range. This powdery strain results in yeast that remain in suspension post-fermentation. It requires filtration or additional settling time to produce bright beers. So, yeah. Low flocculation, 73 to 77 attenuation. The temperature range is anywhere from 56 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and it can produce up to 10% ABV. All right. So let me go ahead and pour this. The ABV on this one is...
Jay.
It's up, boys.
I don't know what the ABV is on this. Yeah, I'm going to go with unlisted. I've turned the can over a few times. Can't find an ABV. Sure, it's pretty low. Probably in the 5% range.
5, yeah.
So yeah, pours with a nice, tight, frothy white head. Straw-colored brew. Very effervescent. And extremely clear.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Keep on going.
Yeah, let's show. Yeah, we'll show. We got Chatio in here. We'll do a show. Cool, man. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Right on. Thanks, Bumpy. That looks good.
Thanks.
Looks really good.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, Chatio?
So I'm an idiot, and I was looking like, why I couldn't find out how long. I was like, wait a minute. I just picked up ingredients to brew a Hefeweizen, so I could kind of, good description off of the yeast that came with. So I have Prost Brewing Company. I believe there's a Denver location, but they state they are out of Fort Collins. Their Hefeweizen, it is a German-style wheat ale at 5.0%. I've had this in my fridge for a little while, and I figure, you know what? I've done a lot of beer reviews of Hefeweizens lately. I can bring this onto your show and showcase it.
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
There we go. Crack her open. Might not be a clean glass, but whatever. There we go. Want me to go through the appearance real quick?
Oh, yeah. Go through like we do. Yeah. Show and tell.
Okay.
And then we'll.
Sweet. Yeah. Dirty glass. The effervescence. Look at that. It's a Hefeweizen, but it's still, you can still see through it a little bit. A lot of effervescence, about 2-finger white bubble head. I can't wait to get into this and talk about the yeast.
Nice. I look forward to that. Oh, you, Bumpy actually described his. You want to go over the yeast now, and then we can.
Okay.
And then we'll take the tasting after. Let's do that. Yeah.
Well, I have the packet right here. I'm guessing they use. What's this? Safel WB06 in the yeast, which ferments between 53.6 through 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And we can talk a little bit more about characteristics now or later. Depends. It's up to you.
You can go through all the yeast now if you want. Then we can do reviews after.
Nice. So it's the characteristics: a specialty yeast selected for wheat beer fermentation. The yeast produces subtle esters of phenol flavored notes, typically wheat beers. Sedimentation low, final gravity high.
Nice.
Straight to the point.
Nice. No, that's
that's
good.
Right at you too.
The Safel is great, dude.
Yeah,
the dries are really nice.
This is all I use. I haven't gotten into the liquid yeast yet.
Oh, that's good. Cool, man. Thank you, Chadio.
Cheers.
It's Mata now. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna do show and tell. Then I'll talk about the yeast. That way we can break it up and have our all of it. Sounds like a good idea. So, we got the beer here. So what I have is a true, I guess, a Bavarian dark lager, Dunkel. It's original. It's from. Let me bring up my notes because it's. I'll be fumbling if I don't. So this is brewed by Privat. I don't know how they would say it in Germany, but it's a Privat or private Landbrauerei Schonram out of Petting, Germany. It's their Altbayerisch Dunkel, the original one or whatever. So it is one that's classic from the country as well, as Bumpy's was. A classic Bavarian dark lager, 5%. No IBUs were listed. I couldn't find anything on that. It was bottled in just a little over a 16, so a 0.9. It scored an 85 on the Beer Advocate. So I don't know if that says something or not, but good till 1:30:22, so it's got some aging left in it. So nice. Let's go ahead and talk about the yeast real quick. Get the BJCP crap out of here. So they're saying for yeast, use a good German lager yeast. White Labs, their WLP 883 German Bock lager, or the Y Yeast 2308 Munich lager, as well as the dry one, which is a soft fermentus, makes it soft lager W3470 or W34-70. I'm going to go with the Y Yeast one because I really like these guys' yeasts and their smack packs and everything else that's involved with them. This is a medium flocculation, 70 to 74% attenuation rate, 48 to 56 degree temperature range. It is a lager, and it can handle up to a 9% ABV. Vienna lagers, Fest beers, Marzens, Munich Dunkels, Helles Box, Dunkelsbox, Doppelbox, Icebox, Rausch beers. I mean, it's a whole list of styles that can use this particular lager yeast. So, yeah, let's get into this. Let's open it up. Get some smoke on there. It's a nice olive-colored bottle. Definitely a dark lager. Looks like a damn good Dunkel. It's got a nice, rich, almost like a copper color to it, and kind of a creamy tan colored head. Really nice malty expression in there. Real nice. I'm looking forward to getting into this. So we'll go back to Bumpy if he's ready.
I'm ready.
Cool.
Burley says there's a party at Cosby's house tonight. If anybody's interested.
Cool. I'm down.
All right. The aromas on this authentic Kolsch. It's got a little bit of that kind of slight like white bread, kind of crackery, little bit of a grain. There's some fruitiness coming up. To me, it's kind of like pear and a little bit like white grape. Yeah, that's the nose. Let's get in for the for the flavors. Cheers.
Right on. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
First, our very, very light drying palate with pretty high carbonation. Flavors I get out of it. It's got the kind of cracker notes going. A bit grainy. It does taste a little bit like cardboard with that grain note. So I'm starting to think, like, when I've had all those cervezas in the past, I'm like, oh, to me they taste like cardboard. I'm thinking it's probably more of a grain flavor, but it does taste like cardboard to me still. So this one's just got that kind of slight bit of cardboardy graininess. But the fruits that are in the aromas are there on the palate. They're just lighter, and then they're followed by this kind of zesty, earthy toned bitterness. Bitterness on this one, I don't know if just describe another beer to say how bitter the Kolsch is. It's kind of like a Czech's Pilsner almost. It's more bitter than drinking like pretty much any other style of lager. But this isn't a lager, it's an ale. So yeah, that's what I'm getting out of it. I'll get a score and everything ready. So I do think the yeast definitely gives off some of the notes that they're talking about. That fruitiness definitely there.
Nice.
Pear and grape. Cheers.
Cool. Cheers, man. That looks good and refreshing, man. That really does sound kind of good. Mm-hmm. Nice. Thanks, man. Chadio.
Move my head out the way. Not professionalism isn't my thing right now. Bork. This beer, I think I already took a couple sips. I like it, but I'll go through the run through with you guys. Aroma, getting some wheat from it. Man, I think I love this yeast. It gives you that banana-ness, that delicious, that banana-ness that made me fall in love with Hefeweizens years ago. Yeah, definitely one of my favorite styles. Simple, easy, crisp, refreshing. Cheers. Let's see if it all is accurate to what I just said.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah. Man, banana flavor's nice, strong from the yeast, just in your face. A little bit of a cloveness to it, and then in the back end, you just kind of get the wheat base to you. Man, this is good. A little tart, but not like a sour tart, but, kind of like a banana tart that you can get from like banana flavors and whatnot. This is really freaking good. I'm gonna have to now go buy more 6-packs of it to replace this single I had. And apparently, I was wondering what happened to the Weiss beer. They changed it from calling it their Weiss beer to just the Hefeweizen. I think just because more people, when they hear a Hefeweizen, immediately know what it is. When they hear a Weiss beer, they're like, "What's a Weiss beer?" So the same thing. So
yeah,
I'll have some numbers next time around for you.
Nice, man. I've heard about Prost actually. I've been wanting to get some of them one day. Yeah, okay, get them
on my list.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. 2 awesome beers, 2 different beers. All 3 of us have different beers, so that's perfect in the German realm of things. I'll definitely have a new one for us at the end of this. But let's get into this beer. All right, so I didn't get into real quick. I wanted to.
Hello, everybody. Beerman must have hit the wrong button, I'm guessing. Either that, he found another show to go to.
Oh, yeah, probably the latter of the two. Well, crap.
Well, cheers to the chat, JB, Burley.
Welcome back, Beerman. Got my mouse. It took everything off. I don't know why. But anyway, we're back. I lost everything now, but I can get let's see real quick. I'll just look it up. Let's look it up. I was either talking about the Yeast one. So we'll get into the Yeast Dunkelbach. Wait, no, that wasn't the one. Was it? Maybe it was. Bavarian Locker one. That was the one I think that was the one I was using. Thorough diacetyl rest was used. I don't even know where I was with this. But it's okay. You can use the Bavarian Lager one too, I think. Anyway, we're just going to get to this. Cheers. So a nice, it represents well. It's got a nice dark look to it, a nice dark copper, a nice off-white tan head, nice fluffy retention there. It's really good on the lacing. Going into the smell, it's got, wow, a nice brown bread crust. There's a crustiness or like a brown breadiness to this. There's a slight chocolate. There's just a very pinch of it, like a caramel chocolate or something. It's really all you get. You don't get any like hops or anything. It's not super bitter, very low on that. It does have a medium slow rising bubble. It's a clear beer. I wouldn't say brilliant, but it's clear. Let's drink it. Cheers.
Cheers,
man.
I probably would prefer this a little cooler, but boy, do you get a slight apple. You get like a little bit of an appliness in the fruit. It didn't say anything about what the yeast produces as far as flavors, esters or anything like that. But I'm getting like an appley kind of more of like maybe a green apple or something. It's not super like not acetaldehyde or anything, just like a slight yeasty fruitiness and apple on the apple side. But very malty, very dry. It's not real rich. It just kind of like goes off your palate quick. Creamy, fluffy mouthfeel. Body's medium light. It almost tastes kind of like fat tire in a way. It has kind of that fat tire essence, or even pushing the new Newcastle from Lagunitas, or something in that realm, like a brown ale or something. It does have that brown ale kind of feel. Yeastiness, I don't know. I lost everything, so I can't even like talk about it. But I mean, if you know anything about these, Bumpy, but it looks like you can use the Bavarian Lager. That wasn't the one I had, but I'm sure you could use it. It still is at the 9 ABV, 46 to 58 degree temperature range, 73 to 77% attenuation. Flocculation seems about right. So as the other one I read off. So yeah, nothing about flavor though. No, nothing like that. Just very bready, very malty, and smooth and clean, and just real nice to drink. It's actually a lovely beer. So 5%, drinkable as all hell. I've got my numbers, my thoughts. I think the yeast might work just perfect for this. So hell yeah, Germans know what they're doing, right? Reinheitsgebot. I don't know how you say that word.
Reinheitsgebot.
Marco Polo.
Hey man, I should have checked that. Sorry, buddy. All right, so let's just go into this one since we have three of us. Let's do that. I think it's better. All right, it is all you on the table, Bumpy.
All right. I mean, I was just looking up like kind of what the Kolsch should taste like, pairing my own notes to it, because I mean, if I'm gonna score it, I should score it based off of the style. And I mean, this one is definitely within the style because it's brewed out of like one of the 17 remaining breweries that brew Kolsch's in Cologne, Germany. I might be wrong in that number, but I think I heard that somewhere. 17, maybe it was 7 or 17. I believe a 7's in there somewhere. So anyways, I mean, it's pretty much spot on for what the Kolsch is supposed to be. The only thing I could find kind of that I don't really care for is that little bit of where the grainy flavors kind of go in cardboard for me. But other than that, yeah, light fruit notes and effervescent, drying, fairly clean otherwise. Definitely a lawnmower type beer, something on a hot day. Pound these down, they're kind of refreshing in that manner. So I'm going to give this a 96 out of 100.
Awesome. That's perfect.
It's probably 100 out of 100 actually for the style, because they made the damn style. But
Yeah, right.
but I had to throw in my own little
original
flavor preferences in there. I've had some very enjoyable Kolsch's from that were made in the States, the Kolsch style, but some of the ones made over here, they end up adding some type of other fruits to it and stuff. Like you might find like a peach Kolsch or whatever. But
right.
Shout outs and stuff like that, or we waiting?
Let's just wait. Yeah, we'll wait since we can drag it out. We'll drag it out.
There we go.
Works.
Drag it out. I'm the worst person to have on panel to try to drag it out.
Cheers.
No, you're.
But I will say, man, I've been drinking Prost for. I've been drinking this for years. But actually, no, I've been drinking Prost for many years now, and all their stuff is solid. If you're looking for a good, like, German, authentic, Americanized versions of German beers, it's Prost in Denver, Fort Collins, and South and Highlands Ranch. They don't have the Roush beer anymore. I just looked at the tap list. I'm like, won't be making the trip. Having a hard time finding one of those. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the Hefeweizen. This is a phenomenal beer. Nice, perfect summer beer to just, like Bumpy said with this cold. It's good for after mowing. It's a good mowing beer. This is a good just sitting on the patio, drinking by a pool, up in the mountains at a lake. This is a good all-around summer beer. The banana notes from the yeast just make it for me. I love it. It's definitely one of my top few styles that I love to drink every year. I appreciate the ambience background music. I love it.
Oh, it's the movie.
No, you're good. You're good. I liked it. I was like, ooh, I feel special. But this beer is phenomenal. I don't remember the yeast I said, crapping it through the yeast packet back in the box. But the yeast used in these Hefeweizens definitely is my favorite strand of yeast out there. It's just that banana-ness to it. I like this and the SO4 are my two favorite yeasts to use for beers. Very versatile, gives it great flavors. As a score for this, I'm thinking of piggyback with Bumpy, 96. Not the best Hefeweizen I've had. Certainly not one of the worst. This is one of the better ones I've had. It's up there. I would put this up there with Dry Dock's original Hefeweizen. Just the banana notes reminded me of when I first had that 10, 12 years ago. But phenomenal beer, good yeast. Glad I made it to the German show. Yeah. Cheers, guys.
All
Cheers,
right.
Chad.
9.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah, dude. Did you have any shouts or anything? Or we're not doing that.
Yeah, we're holding off.
Goodness gracious. Okay, so high five. I'm going numb here, or blind, or what do you call it? Blurry, the word. Okay. Anyway, so this beer, the apple I was getting, I think, was more of a caramel sweetness, but it had a slight fruity. It was weird. But it does have a little dry cardboard too, kind of like just no texture in the back, kind of, or on the palate. It's just kind of like bland, but in a good way. It's not terrible. Like I said, just kind of like Newcastle, more on the flat side, I guess. There wasn't a whole lot of carbonation. It was still, but also very light, loose beer, very easy to drink. Summer beer, kind of a little darker. You're still getting the roasty, kind of chocolatey, weird, like brown bread thing. It follows suit perfectly, though, with BJCP. I was just reading everything about it. It's just like, it's not on one of their examples, this particular one, but it was like perfectly dead on with BJCP as far as like the brown bread and just everything a lot of things I mentioned here. A great beer. I'd score this. Man, I think we're all in the same here. I'd go 96 as well. It's kind of a 96 to 98 ish range, being that it's more of it's an original. It's as Bumpy was saying, but probably deserves a higher score. But there's others out there that I've had that seem to have a little better flavor to them. So I'm gonna stick with the 96 on this one. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get let's get our shouts. Let's do it.
All right. So we got Sunday after dark beers, bringing dark beer. That's 8 p.m. Eastern time on my channel. Everybody's welcome on panel as long as you bring a dark beer. That's dark due to the grain and not dark due to fruits, purees, and other possible coloring agents. Multi Monday, still waiting to see what wins the poll. The poll is coming down tonight at 8 p.m. So another hour and a half on that. That's Eastern time. So an hour and a half left to vote. If anybody wants to vote, the poll you can find on Beerman's community page. You can also find it in the last Multi Monday video. It's in the description there of what did we do last Monday?
No,
Belgian Pale Ales.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's right. I missed that one. I can't find one.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a short show. I think we got that done in like 20. I think it was like
That was very short. You guys had that done before I got to the brewery. I was like, oh shit.
But yeah, we'll find out. I'm not going to go and look to see what's winning right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, whatever's winning, let's either hope that wins or hope something else wins.
Yeah.
Cheers.
You all know the only way to win is not to play at all.
It would be nice if the Grisette won, but yeah,
I don't want to win. I got family in this week, and I don't know if I'd make it. You know how mad I would be if it's like, really? I'd figure out a way. If it wins, I would figure out a way. I'll be at my aunt's house. Like, I'm disappearing upstairs for about an hour.
Is that what you have too, Chadio? Is a Grisette?
I have 2 grisettes in my fridge. I have one from Ursula in Northern Aurora, and one that Dry Dock just made one, so I got a crowler of that one too.
Wow, cool.
So I got a couple of those. Right. Shocking. Shout outs. I barely made this show. Like I was thinking, like I've got the Hefeweizen in my fridge, and I did a shandy showdown between 2 shandies. I recorded that, edited it, and right when you were starting was right when the rendering export finished. So look for a shandy showdown on my channel in the next few days. Interesting. Had kind of fun with I do music and stuff. I had fun with the music in the background and just several different changes with music with it. But yeah, look for that. Should be a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people will agree with my scores on the comparison between the 2 shandies I went with. But yeah, other than that, just regular beer reviews and food reviews and nonsense on my channel, like always. Cheers.
Nice, man. Cheers. So yeah. Cool. So hey, Beers with Tiki, what's up, man? Right on. Good to see you guys. Good chat here, man. This is great.
Yeah.
You guys rock. Cool. So I love how you can video group chat now. Hell yeah. Look at you.
Yeah, man. You should come up with us sometime. Yeah. He subbed to me last week. Good guy.
Oh, cool, man.
Good reviews himself. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming around, man. Tuesday will be, I'll just say that real quick here before I go into the Wednesday announcement. Tuesday will be honey goat cheese with a fruited sour of choice. So preferably a smoothie if you can find one, but a fruited sour is fine. As long as you get the idea of what honey goat cheese does to that sour. That was my thing. Is the honey one did it well with I think any fruited I did. So perfect. The blueberry one's good too, though. I like that.
Oh yeah.
So the one Brian did last night, and yours as well.
Mine was a grand slam. Yeah.
With the thyme, you had thyme, I think, in yours. Yeah.
Thyme.
Yeah.
Lemon. Yeah, it was so good.
smoking out of a pipe. Ha ha. Yeah, yeah. I do a lot of that here. So and then Wednesday will be so next week I'm thinking about doing wild fermented beers. So we'll do Brett or Nemesi's, Brett beers, anything with Brett in it, Brett wild yeast. We'll talk about that yeast in general, and then we can kind of just do a general chat. It's all going to be one yeast that time, but that's fine. We can learn a lot about it, and just bring a beer with that in it. And I've got one in the fridge already from what I learned, that Chris I have. So yeah, so that'll be good. 6:00 Eastern next week. Wild fermented ales. I don't care if it's American. I don't care if it's European. I don't care where it comes from. Just as long as it has Brett yeast in it. So, which is wild ale yeast. So, and I just learned that Saccharomyces is what basically all of our ale yeast is. I didn't even realize that until.
Crap! There we go.
At least I think that's what I was reading, but correct me if I'm wrong. Cerevisiae or whatever it's called. Cool. So this has been a good show, short one, but I appreciate everyone out there. You guys rock in the chat. Of course, you guys rock always. Good to have Bumpy Road Brewery and Chatio here with me today. Really appreciate it. So, all right, let's go ahead and get out of here. If anyone wants to join us in the back end and have a few beers or whatever the hell we're doing before the next thing, I think we're going to go to Wild Card Win. Oh, I think that's maybe
Eric was just leaving messages saying there's no wild card tonight.
And what is Terriers? This is like a canned cocktail?
Yeah, pre-mixed cocktail drinks.
Well,
we can always find something to do, though. We can figure something out.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Off air, yeah.
So let's go ahead and do my outro here and get it done.
You're gonna drop people link for people or not? It's up to you.
Probably keep it in the back.
Perfect.
Yeah, just to kind of yeah. Cool, man. All right, cheers.
Yeah, we don't want that crazy JV person.
Yeah, dude.
That
you can get it, JV, can't you?
Oh yeah. So that defeats the whole purpose.
If he wants to show up, that's it. All right, cool, man. Cheers, Al. Thank you guys in the panel. Thanks, chat. Cheers.